As you may hear, lots of birds chirping. No better time of the year to launch this video series than spring, especially when the first segment, today's series, starts with the first chapter entitled Wing Seed. Musings was written about 15 years ago. It's a section that explores the impact of meditation on everyday living. This is a reflection on those insights and observations, and most importantly, to see if they've stood the test of time. The verdict is revealed at the end. This is the actual wing seed that was given to me 30 years ago when I did the 21-day sit in silence. Some lessons learned about change, brought to you by meditating. Some change happens overnight, some change is immediate, some change takes months, years. Sometimes it's apparent, other times it's subtle. Check out my post on overcoming road rage for a prime example. Some change is done by intent. Some change happens by grace or divinity or whatever you want to call that magical vibe. Some change hurts, like for real, physically. Maybe it's to get through thick skulls. And yes, I'm speaking from plenty of experience. I guess that's how you kind of come to know or understand what pain is sometimes. Other change is invigorating, very liberating. It's like dropping a 100-pound weight off your chest. Some change leaves you wandering and wondering, sort of like a spiritual zombie. Other change is crystal clear. Was doing some work with a tome called A Course in Miracles that transpired over a few years, and it altered my perspective and left me in a fog for quite some time in certain areas of my life. And I guess the secondary lesson inherent in that is sometimes maybe you just don't have to understand. It is what it is. So I'm sort of personifying change here as the medium of transformation, transmutation, and transcendence. And there is a difference, which I will get to in another video. What are some of these changes? Generally speaking, immediate transformation in energy and mood. There's an immediate change in focus and clarity sometimes, especially in an isolated meditation session. There's long-term effects in the form of behavior change. Came across a quote once that was fantastic. The best form of apology is to change behavior. Actions speak louder than words. And when they're in alignment, that's when you know there's resonance. There's changes in how you communicate. There's changes in reactionary behaviors or triggers, and how, ironically, this kind of springs forth into like two limbs. Some triggers you need repeatedly to burn out. Other ones you can manage a lot quicker. So it's like you have to literally go through the process. But again, more of a long-term, drawn-out example. What the end game of this is boils down to who you were and who you become. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more information to help you discern. It is Ignorance Bliss. Stay tuned for the next video that will address one of the quotes in that first chapter. Looking back 15 years, do the insights stand the test of time? So the question is, does the analogy wing seed stand the test of time 30 years later? The thought just occurred to me, like, what would a 30-year-old tree look like? I'm actually going to Google that and take a picture, and I will include it as an update in the next video. It would have been a great graphic for this video. Hey, live and learn, right? So there's your verdict. Yes, the analogy is very fitting, like beyond belief. And it's definitely stood the test of time, 30 years. The irony of the situation is time is actually the test. Like, this concept of living and being and experiencing is where you come to know. Thank you for your time. Guess it's time for a change, so whatever comes next. And emanate the peace and love within. Share your thoughts on the concept of change and your experience. I'd love to know.